Day and welcome to Sports Final. I'm Rachel Phillips. Thanks for staying up late with me tonight. The Jaguars rookies have officially completed phase 1 of the NFL careers rookie mini camp. Yeah, in total 36 guys out at the Miller Electric Center this weekend. Trial players, undrafted free agents, and of course the Jaguars 10 draft picks. Now they get ready for the next phase, being in the building with the veterans and the 2026 draft class with the huge advantage of getting to work with players who already know Liam Cohen's system and how he and his staff like things done.
That was exactly what I mentioned to the vets on Thursday with them was, man, when these guys get in here on Monday and get integrated with you all, I need you all to set the standards and show these guys what our standards are of how to operate in the meeting room settings and walkthroughs and practice, because we need them. We need them to come along as fast as possible. You saw it last year with the amount of rookies that played for us and made an impact and contribution. So, yeah, they're competing with each other for spots, but, man, we need every single guy.
The selection of this year's Jaguars draft class was highly criticized nationally, locally, and by the fans. No player more so than Nate Berkshire. The Jags used their highest draft pick this year to take the tight end at number 56, which was a lot higher than the consensus boards had him going, but neither head coach Liam Cohen or Berkshire himself are too phased.
We don't really care. So it's about our consensus and what we believe in this building about each player and how they fit in, and character matters. Personal and football character matters, and the mental, the learning, how much they can take in a short period of time to go be able to get on the grass and go play. I wouldn't say either of our offensive or defensive systems are quote unquote easy, right? And so we do value players that can do different things and be able to go mentally play the game fast.
I've seen it. It doesn't bother me. I've always been kind of an underdog. I guess I was a walk-on, lowly recruited. It's hard to say I'm an underdog as a second rounder, but it kind of gives me a chip in the same way, and so I'm just going to use it to fuel myself.
The Jags selected safety Jaylen Husky at number 100 in the draft. I caught up with the rookie to talk about how he fits into the Duval DNA, his take on Coach Camp's defensive identity, and how he got the number 22 jersey to honor his late sister, who passed on February 22nd, 2022. Jaylen, how's it been these last couple of days, finally getting here and being a Jaguar?
Oh, it's really been a dream come true. I feel like I've landed in the perfect spot. Everybody in this building, I feel like, fits what I'm about as a football player, and they're going to bring the best out of me.
Was it a little surreal walking in here on that first day?
Yeah, it was, because when we walked in, we caught the vets right when they were about to start leaving and stuff. So seeing some of the dudes you watched growing up is really cool.
Who was the coolest one that you saw that you're like, oh, wow?
I think probably Jordan Lewis, I say, because I remember being young, and when he was at Michigan, he snagged that one-hand pick. That was pretty cool.
I love that. What have these last couple of weeks been like for you since hearing your name called?
It's been a lot of fun, just trying to learn the playbook as fast as I can and embrace my role here and just take every moment in. You only get to do this once, and I'm just super grateful.
Obviously, last year we saw Liam Cohen and Coach Camp really instill an identity in this defense to be physical, never give up. How have you seen that on display these last couple of days?
I mean, it's in display every single second you're in this building. It's not a facade or whatever. It's real, and it's in the meetings. It's in when you see them. It's out here on the field 100%, and we're going to keep that going the entire year.
This offseason we've heard kind of the front office talk a lot about that Duval DNA. How do you fit into that Duval DNA?
I mean, I'm a tough, rugged, gritty dude. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, and I'm going to give everything I got for this city and for this team.
Has there been any players, you mentioned kind of seeing a couple that you were like, oh, wow, it's cool to see. Anyone that's kind of reached out to you since you got drafted that you feel like you've bonded with a little bit?
I wouldn't say like that, but I've talked to Jarian a couple of times, and he's been pretty cool. It's a really cool dude.
You mentioned talking to Jarian. Obviously, you got the number 22. Yeah. How did that conversation with him go down, or did you just get it?
Ever since my formal interview at the Combine with the Jags, I'm like, I'm going to the Jags. I know I'm going to the Jags. So I started watching their players YouTubes and the Jags YouTube stuff, and I saw on his YouTube he kind of hinted that he was going to change his number. So after the draft, I asked Coach Perkins, I was like, can you get me in contact with Jarian? And then I just ended up DMing him the next day. asking for it. He was like, I'm already going to change my number, and so rock out. I love your cause, that type of stuff.
How does it feel going into this next chapter, knowing that you do get to wear number 22 and have your sister with you starting this next chapter?
I mean, it's great. Just being able to carry this with me and take this into the next step of my life, I mean, this is everything I've ever wanted since I was 3 years old, watching football, playing football, and now I'm here, so now I just got to take advantage of the opportunity.
What was it about your official interview that made you say, I'm going to the Jaguars, that's going to happen?
It was, I don't know, just a feeling like I'm talking with the coaches weren't even there. I'm talking with the scouts. I'm like, man, I know it. Like I had intuition. I knew I was gonna come here, and then once I hopped on, I had a Zoom call with them as well after the combine, and I'm like, yeah, I fit here. I know I can bring something to this team.
You're a bit of a unicorn in the sense that you can kind of fit into a few different spots in the defensive kind of back line. What do you think you excel at the most?
I think creating turnovers and being physical, and that's two things we emphasize here. And so wherever they put me, I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities, and I'm going to be a great football player at it.
Okay, final question for you, a bit of a fun one. I read somewhere that you want to be a pilot one day.
Yeah.
Now that you've got this whole NFL career thing going, are we going to put that to the back foot?
It was never going to be in the forefront, but I mean, hopefully during the offseason here in the next couple years or whatever, I get to start picking it up and taking some lessons and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm football first, so.
Awesome. Well, the Jaguars are definitely very excited to have you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jaylen Husky, NFL player and pilot, has a pretty nice ring to it. Rookie minicamp may be complete, but there are still plenty of big dates coming up this offseason. On Thursday, the NFL will release the 2026 schedule. Then at the end of the month, on May 26th, the Jags will start OTAs. And then from June 9th to 11th, it'll be mandatory veteran minicamp.